Good morning, welcome to the channel. On a lake in the Aitkin area today. First lake I was going to go to, I don't know, something weird about this area. The water is way up, it looks like. The last lake I went to, the access looked completely flooded, and there was a hose in there. They'd been doing some construction or something near there. The landing was just all tore up. So I had to call an audible, ran over here to this other small lake. I'd been on this lake one other time. It was probably 10 years ago. I don't know. Did okay. Had a very difficult time finding any decent keepers until the very end. The lake's not mapped at all. Don't have any waypoints or anything. So this could be a total failure. Maybe it's a hidden gem. We'll see what's changed in the last 10 years. So thanks so much for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll get started here in a minute. There we go, that's fish number one on a super shallow log right off the bank here on some rocks. 1.08. Looks like they haven't gotten any bigger. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Maybe they have gotten bigger. That's a 359. That's fish number two on the same jig. He was caught just, 10, 15 feet to the left where I caught that little one. He's on some little branches that are sticking out of the water here. Lucky to get him in. He had me over around a log and then he swam out, thank God. Nice. All right, all right. Not a bad fish. Not bad. Here's fish number three. It's a 2.13. Not a bad little fish. Same fish on the jig. So what I'm doing is I'm just cruising real shallow here. The boat's in about 3 feet of water. 3.5, 4 feet of water. Pitching up to some laydowns. And if there's rock or brush, that's better. Just pitching a old light jig, like a 3/8 ounce jig here. It's an old pitching jig, comes through the wood nice. Got a double tail trailer on it. A little black and chartreuse with a root beer green trailer. Seems to be working. Caught 3 fish here and just like maybe 100 yards of bank, so gonna keep trying this until I get my limit and hopefully maybe go a little bit deeper on the weed line. I saw some deeper coontail when I was scanning a little bit before I started fishing. So gonna just see if I can't get 5 to start, and then we'll work on the goal of 13. That one on a hollow body swim bait. I've never thrown one before. I just rigged one up because I thought there were some deep humps out here, and I actually caught a fish on it, so that feels pretty good. It's a 1.91 on the hollow body. It's a sexy shad color. It's a Berkeley hollow body. I just slit the belly, inserted a tube jig, ran it up, popped it through the very nose of this thing. Make sure it's straight right through the seam here, and it swims relatively straight. I caught one here. Let's see if I can get another one. That'd be awesome. I can get another one here. A little bit. Not big ones, but hey, I figured something out. Now, got two semi-patterns going here. This is offshore hump, only one that I know of on the lake, because it's not really marked. Here's a fish number 5. It's a 1.49. That's goal number 1. Caught him on the hollow body again. I lost one as well. Didn't feel very big. It felt smaller than that. But 10.22 for my first 5 keepers. Double digits. I feel pretty good about that. I got 2 patterns going here today so far that I've figured out, I think. Shallow wood, which I fished along one shoreline about, maybe 200 yards or so, 300 yards. But I found one little section that had a bunch of fallen wood in it, and I caught 3 keepers there. Then I came out and I tried to find another spot on the lake that had wood. Didn't see any. I'm going to try a couple other shorelines here later. But as I was coming across, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and fish this sunken hump. Throw something on, see if I can catch something, because I can always come back here. It might load up again towards afternoon. So I'm going to fish here for a little bit longer, see if I can cull one of my small ones out here. See what happens. This swim bait seems to be working. It makes me feel good because I've never thrown one before. It's kind of neat to try new things. So, gonna keep going here. See if I can't get a few more fish to go. So I was throwing that big swim bait, and I decided to throw. It got a little tore up, so I was going to mend it up a little bit. So while I did that, I pulled out my drop shot. First cast caught a little dink. A few casts later, I catch this one. This one calls. It's my first call. It's a 1.56. Still on that offshore hump. 10.71. 10.71. So I'm going to fish this drop shot a little bit longer. And then I'm going to go shallow again for a bit. And then I'll come back here and end the day on this spot again tonight, this afternoon. Catching them on a little drop shot with a little 3.5, 4-inch drop shot worm by Berkeley. It's a old bait, but it's working. Caught 2 fish on it. Body. It's a 2-pound even, 2.00. Just decided to throw that hollow body after it glued it back together. Thought I'd make a few more casts before I went shallow again, but caught another 2-pounder. So I don't know, 11.22. I've moved a little bit on this hump. It's a pretty small hump. It's probably maybe 100 yards by 100 yards, probably not even. And I'm just kind of going around. I started on the deep side of it, the towards the basin of the lake. Now I've kind of moved up along one side of it, and I'm going to go up, make a few more casts here as I go to the saddle between it and the shoreline, and then I'll probably head shallow and do a little bit more and then come back to finish the day here. rig, 1.63. That gets us up to 11.28. Didn't gain a whole hell of a lot there, but it's another keeper. Fishing kind of an outside weed line here where the wind's blowing in on an inside corner. Tried some shallow stuff up here. Didn't get anything going. Gonna hit shallow again when I get up here a little bit further if the bank looks right. Otherwise, I'm gonna stick on this outside edge here and fish some hard spots that I marked when I did a drive around earlier today. So that's gonna do it for me today on this Aitkin area lake. Ended up having to fish a different lake today that I wasn't really planning on because the access on the lake I was planning to fish was completely messed up. So tried this one out. I fished it one other time, did a little bit worse than I did today, I think. 11.28, caught a 3.5, so that was a nice fish. A couple over 2, but the numbers were way down. I couldn't catch hardly anything today. It was very difficult. The weeds are just super thick and dying off. Everything's brown. Anything shallower than about 8 feet is just solid dying weeds. So it was very difficult. Ended up catching a few shallow on some wood. Thought that might be a pattern. It lasted for about an hour. Caught 2 or 3 fish. That was it. Then I fished an offshore hump. Thought that was going to be a pattern. Caught 5 or 6 fish there. Worked the outside edges of the weed edges. Tried to find some hard spots. Caught like 1 fish there. It was just a very difficult day, but still enjoyed the nice fall weather. Hopefully I can get out again here tomorrow. We'll have to see how I can do. I'll pick a lake and do some study tonight on the map and see if I can't figure something out. So I want to thank you so much for joining. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the water next time.